Cut it. No, I'm not giving you shit today, bro. Fuck you. You don't deserve nothing. 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 Nothing for you. CULTURA. CULTURA. However you say it, that's how you say it. Now and forever, blah, 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 whatever. I'm studiomogura, studiomogura. Hit me up at the PayPal. Hit me up at the CashApp, $studiomogura. All donations go toward the making of my independent film. Just include your name in the memo, and I will include your name in the IMDb listing, as well as the end credits of the film. Check out my book, Full Moon Nights, available on Amazon and on Barnes & Noble online. Basically a chronicle of the Miami rave scene in the early 2000s, and I talk about this big party called Full Moon Nights that me and my friends used to go to, and it was really crazy, and a bunch of crazy shit happened, so check it out. Also check out my comic shop, octotaku.com, and my TeePublic, Studio Mogura, and also check out my music, available on Spotify. That QR code will take you to the playlist, okay? Boom, 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 kada boom, we're done, all right? Now moving on to this bullshit. Look, this is going to be quick, okay? This is going to be quick because that game was horrible, okay? And that game was so bad that I didn't even fucking want to do CULTURA afterwards. I didn't want to do the next day. I didn't want to do it 2 days later. I didn't give a shit. You know why I didn't give a shit? Because they didn't give a shit. Obviously, they didn't give a shit about losing that game because they didn't show up. They didn't show up. Atlanta's not that good. Atlanta's not that great. Get the fuck out of here. They're on a 5-game losing streak. Fuck you, man. Don't give me this bullshit. And I gotta sit here and watch that game? Get out of here, bro. I tuned out, man. 30-point fucking loss. Go fuck yourself, each and every one of you, to hell. Okay? I don't need that shit. I don't need that shit. I don't. And let me tell you something, bro. If you fucking give me some bullshit fucking game today against the goddamn fucking Pelicans, I'm turning you off. I'm turning you off, and I'm gonna watch the fucking Bills in Cincinnati. Because right now, I'm not gonna watch Bills in Cincinnati because I want to watch the Heat game. The Heat game's at 3 o'clock at the same fucking time. The Heat game means more to me than this fucking stupid NFL playoff. Like, what the fuck do I care if the fucking Bills win or Cincinnati wins? I don't give a shit. Fuck those two teams. So that's why I'm gonna watch the fucking Heat. And fuck the NFL for scheduling this fucking game at this time. This game should not be at 3 fucking p.m. on a goddamn fucking Sunday. It should be at 1 p.m. like every other fucking normal Sunday. But no, you gotta have it at 3 p.m. because, you want West Coast people to watch this fucking game. Fuck the West Coast people, man. Fuck those people. If they want to watch the game, they'll wake up early and they'll watch the fucking game. But fuck them. This isn't even a West Coast fucking goddamn team. These are East Coast teams, man. Fucking Cincinnati and Buffalo, man. Nobody from the West Coast is going to watch this game anyways. So what the fuck do you care? Fuck you, NFL. Ruining my fucking day. Putting the fucking game again in the middle of the day so that the second game is in the middle of the fucking night and you have to just watch this bullshit all fucking day. Your entire day is fucking ruined. You can't do anything else because you have to watch the stupid fucking game. Bro, we should be done with the fucking NFL today, 7 p.m. So that at 7 p.m. we could watch other shit. We're not going to be able to do that. We're not. We're going to have to fucking be watching NFL all fucking night long. Fuck you, man. That's bullshit. That's the shit that makes me fucking hate the NFL, I'll tell you that much. And I love it. I love games, bro. I love the sport. I love watching it all the time. I'll watch it on Monday, Sunday, Saturday, Thursday, whenever the fuck. But it's getting to a point where I step back and I look and I'm like, bro, you're taking over my whole week, man. And I don't need you to take over my whole week. I'm already obsessive about this shit, and it's only on Sundays. And now you're putting it on Sundays, you're putting it on Mondays, you're putting it on Thursdays, you're putting it on Saturdays. And you know what you're going to do? They're talking about putting it on Friday. So it's going to be Monday, it's going to be Thursday, it's going to be Friday, it's going to be Saturday, and it's going to be Sunday football. I love football. But when you do that shit, you're going to make me hate football. You're going to make me get so fucking sick and tired of football because there's nothing but football on all the fucking time, bro. Like, give me a fucking break from this shit, man. Give me a fucking break, please, bro, so I don't get tired of the sport. Because I like watching other teams. I don't like being forced to watch other teams, okay? I'm not about that. And right now, I feel like you're forcing me to fucking watch all these other teams, bro. And I don't like that shit. So that's on docket for today. So I'm not gonna get into this game. What the fuck you want me to talk about fucking Atlanta for? Like what? What are we gonna talk about the Atlanta game for? Why? It was a meaningless, useless fucking game that brings us no fucking... Nobody showed up. Everybody was just so horrible that you can't even fucking critique somebody for doing a bad job or for fucking up here. We're not doing this and that. Because they just didn't fucking care. So if they didn't care, we shouldn't care. That's how we gotta become as fans, bro. We should not fucking care about these people. We shouldn't. Fuck tuning in. NFL should turn on one fucking day and there should be like nobody in the goddamn stadiums. Just like fucking COVID, you know? Because apparently these people completely fucking forgot about that shit. Like, that's the shit that really pisses me off about fucking, like, that fucking just mentality of, like, the person who's just so obsessive about the NFL. And they think the NFL is fucking, you know, I mean, I love the NFL, but come on, man. Like, there's other shit to do, you know? And it's just, I can't deal with these, like, people who are just like, and then just trying to shove it down my fucking throat. And it's like, you know, you act like you didn't learn anything, basically, from fucking COVID. And you saw how important fans were, and you saw how important fans were, and, like, you still just don't care. Like, you still, you know, you came out of COVID, you came out of the pandemic, and you're like, we still need to get every little bit of fucking attention and every little bit of fucking, like, money and every little bit of everything that you have, it has to become ours now. That's the NFL. That's entertainment. And it's so fucking annoying, bro. It really fucking is, bro. Because you really realize, you know, pandemic really made me realize how talentless athletes are. I don't care if you run fast. I don't care if you're super strong. Oh, wow, you could fucking beat me in a race. Congratulations. What else can you do? Because let me tell you something, bro. Like, I can do a million fucking things. That's the thing about being creative, man, is I'm not just a fucking writer, bro. I'm a writer, I'm an illustrator, a director, a filmmaker, fucking animator, trying to fucking learn about animation. Now I'm trying to learn about 3D shit. So I'm just trying to have a plethora of fucking different skills. Like, an athlete just runs fast or is just really strong. That's it. That's it. Like, I could care less about athletes and how they produce on the court or on the field. I could really fucking care less of that. I'm more interested in what else do you have to offer. Like, what else does Dwayne Wade have to offer me? Besides, you know, being able to fucking, you know, shoot a bucket. What else can you do? That's why when I saw him getting into fashion and I saw him getting into fucking other things, I was so happy for him because I'm like, oh wow, you're finally learning that there's something else out there besides basketball. You know? And then I started thinking about that about the actors today. You know, a lot of actors and actresses, like, you know, back in the day, all they did was that. Nowadays, like, you're seeing a lot of more creatives who are just like all around, who are people who are writer-directors. You know, there's more writer-directors than there's ever been. Okay? And there's more fucking people who have more talent, you know, outside of their fucking acting. Like, they do acting and you see that they're doing something else. I mean, a great example is fucking, like, Jim Carrey. How Jim Carrey is a great fucking comedian, but he's also an amazing artist. You know? So I want to discover all these other things that these people do. Show me you're talented. Don't just tell me, oh, you can stand around and pretend to be somebody else for a day. Because get the fuck out of here, bro. A fucking 5-year-old could do that. A 5-year-old can't do that. A 5-year-old's a great actor. This 5-year-old isn't beholden to fucking, like, society's rules and their bullshit of, like, oh, you can't fucking act like a fucking idiot. Because that's basically what acting is. It's just acting like a fucking idiot. You're literally standing in front of a fucking bunch of people, and the perfect actor is somebody who can eliminate everyone around them and basically kind of like get in their own head and pretend that the room is absolutely empty. And they're back in their fucking bedroom by themselves and nobody is watching. And then they can pretend to just be whatever the fuck they want to be. Those are the greatest actors. You just described an absolute idiot. You described someone who typically, if you see someone doing that, you're like, that person's crazy. That person has mental problems. We give these people money and we praise and we love them and we shower them with adoration because they have the balls to stand in front of a camera and basically be stupid. Sure, some are more serious kind of forms of stupidity than others. But ultimately, like, even the most drama fucking person or fucking, you know, Sidney Poitier, fucking, you know, greatest fucking actor, I don't know, bro, anybody, but fucking Marlon Brando, fucking whoever the fuck, you know? Ultimately, they're just fucking a bunch of guys who just like to be idiots. Like, they just like to be stupid. They like to mess around. They like to fool around. They like to fucking, like, you know, eat shit and fucking have fun. And that's what acting is. Acting is just pretending. So these are just people who like to pretend. And they're not afraid to pretend in front of people. But you're afraid of that. Like, the audience member who says, I could never be an actor. You can never be an actor because you're just afraid. You're just scared of people making fun of you. Of people saying, you look like an idiot. You're afraid of that. Why? You get called an idiot for having the wrong fucking picks in a fucking game. You get called an idiot for fucking like misreading a sign, for fucking opening the door like this way instead of pushing. You get called an idiot. You go jump off a fucking bridge? No. I don't even know what this rant is for. I don't even know what I'm ranting about anymore. I don't know. And I don't fucking care. You know why? Because that was a bullshit fucking loss to Atlanta. This is what happens. When you give me a loss like that, I don't have nothing to talk about. So I start talking about other shit. You know? And on top of the fact that there's no game at 1 p.m., I shouldn't even be here. I should be watching the fucking game. But no, we gotta wait till 3 p.m. So guess what? Now you're gonna fucking hear me rant and bitch till 3 p.m. CULTURA. I don't know, dude. I'm sorry. I maybe it's because I haven't eaten yet. I just had coffee. I'm about to smoke a little. Maybe that's what it is. Still rocking the flowery. The La Baba 8th is just insane. Oof. That's crazy. I just hope this shit doesn't make me fucking pass out before the game. But it has been. I don't know, man. I don't know what we're going to do about the Heat. Everyone's talking trade now. Everyone's like, oh, we got to trade something. What are you going to trade? Who are you going to trade for? Serge Ibaka? What is Serge Ibaka going to do in this team? Nothing. Serge Ibaka is going to do the same thing that Lowry's been doing, which is miss shots. The fuck out of here. We don't need Serge Ibaka. We need a motherfucker that hits threes. We need Kyle Korver, bro. Can you imagine if Kyle Korver would have ever found his way into the Heat? Jesus Christ, bro. We would have won a championship already. We need that. We need someone like Kyle Korver. And Duncan Robinson is not Kyle Korver, bro. Duncan Robinson is not somebody that, like, when he takes a shot, I'm like, that shit's going in. He is not. He is not. Tyler Hero is the guy that, like, if he takes a shot, I'm like, oh, it's going in. Every time. Every fucking time. What good are we going to do with Serge Ibaka, bro? Nothing. We need motherfuckers who shoot threes, bro. Like, we're not going to get anywhere in the fucking playoffs if we are not hitting threes, bro. If we're not hitting threes, because our defense is suspect, bro. Our defense is like, it shows up whenever the fuck it wants to show up. It doesn't show up. It barely shows up. We do nothing. You know? I wouldn't be surprised if we dropped this game against the Pelicans. Is Zion Williamson playing? Probably not. Watch. Watch us struggle like fucking assholes in this game. You know, and Marcus Smart just went down. So, I mean, I'm hoping we get to Boston and we're able to play Boston down guys. Because that's the only way we're going to beat them. And the only way we're going to beat Boston is if Jason Tatum's not playing and Marcus Smart isn't playing. That's the only way. Jason Tatum's playing, we're not going to win. Because that's how we are now. I don't care if we won the last time we faced Boston. Like, I don't care, bro. Like, that to me was just... That's the one win that we win in a fucking 7-game series. Well, Boston wins the next 4. What good does that do to me? Nothing. It's bullshit. So I'm not going to sit here and be like, oh, wow, fucking, yeah, we can compete. No, we're not, bro. We are not close to any of these teams, bro. We are not close to Boston. We are not, even wins against Milwaukee, we're suspect wins because, you know, these guys weren't playing. We're not close, we're not close to the Nets. We should be able to beat the Nets, but we won't be able to beat the Nets because at the end, when it comes down to it, I don't trust that Jimmy Butler is going to give up the ball to the person who fucking needs to be taking the last shot. I don't have fucking faith that Kyle Lowry is going to pull some fucking Dwayne Wade wannabe bullshit and fucking chuck the goddamn ball entire full court because he thinks he can get a fucking quick 2. Instead of just passing the ball to Hero and letting Hero shoot a 3, which he'll probably make. Like, I don't have confidence that in the end, like, when push comes to shove and when the game is on the line, that this team is going to make the right decision and go to the right person. There's two I don't want to fucking say that there's too many fucking alpha dogs or whatever. Like somebody, like people were saying before, you know, like because every team has got that. Like you're gonna say that about the big three. The big three was entirely fucking filled with alpha dogs. So you have to win. You had to be filled with alpha dogs. But what I'm worried about is that like this team isn't playing like a team. If they were playing like a team, Butler would recognize that he is fucking horrendous taking the last shot in the game. But he's so fucking ego-driven. These guys are so fucking obsessed with just being fucking Kobe Bryant, being fucking Michael Jordan, hitting the fucking game-winning shot and the praise and the love. And I get that. I get that that's what you do as a kid growing up, wanting to be a basketball player. You go 3, 2, 1, and you take the shot and you're like, I want it. We get it. I understand that. But for fuck's sake, man, let that shit go and give the fucking ball to Hero when there's like 10 fucking seconds left and this motherfucker has hit already like 3 fucking game winners in the goddamn season and you have not hit one. You haven't even hit a fucking 3 that I give a shit about, bro. Like, you don't fucking stop fucking taking the 3s. Like, Butler was in the beginning of the season taking all these 3s and like I was happy to see him to take the 3s because to get better at the 3, you need to take the 3. So you know what? Let him take the fucking 3. But there was like a period where he just stopped. You know? He just stopped. And then all of a sudden, he's trying to do it again. And it's like, no. If you're not going to fucking do it every fucking game, bro, and be consistent with that shit, and show me that you're trying to actually get better at that, and you're going to just fucking, disappear from taking 3s for like 2 whole fucking weeks, man, and then all of a sudden come back and trying to take the game-winning 3, like, go fuck yourself, man. Okay? I love you, but go fuck yourself with that shit, dude. What is that? Be smart, bro. You see that Tyler Hero's the fucking man. You see that Gabe Vincent is capable of hitting fucking, like half-court three-pointers and, like, more than anybody else. Pass it to either one of these guys, bro, because Gabe Vincent is a good three-point shooter. Fucking Tyler Hero's the best three-point shooter on this fucking team, bro. I don't want to see Kyle Lowry taking a goddamn try at a game winner. I don't want to see fucking Butler try to fucking win the game anymore. I just don't. Like, Butler, if you are not gonna fucking bully your way in there and fucking punch somebody in the goddamn face to get the fucking, like, points in the paint, dude, to win the game, I don't want to see you do it. That time where you hit it and you got the and one, like, that's how you are supposed to win the fucking game. But I swear to God, if I see you pulling up to take a fucking jumper or pulling up to make him take a 3, dude, I'm going to just jump out. I'm going to fucking jump out a goddamn window. Because I don't want to see it. I mean, I don't want to see it anymore. At the beginning of the season, I was like, let's go, Butler. Let's do it. Let's go. Take it. Go ahead. I don't care. Let's try it. I was like that because I wanted him to have that glory. But after I saw fucking Hero actually hit the shots, I don't want anybody else doing it. I want Hero doing it. We're not there yet, bro. And it's like we should be there. We should have no business being where we're at, fucking going back and forth with the goddamn fucking Knicks. Like, we have no business being middle of the pack, bro. And I understand that we're doing the climb. We're doing the climb. We started out in the depths of fucking hell. And look at us. We're number 6. And number 6 after a fucking a blowout, almost 40-point loss. We're still number 6. Like, I know we're good position-wise. A lot better than we were at the beginning of the year. But we should not be here. We should be in the top 3. Top 3, top 4. That's where we should be. Instead of having to climb back up there because we took a shit in the beginning. We shit all over ourselves in the beginning. We came out dressed in a suit, tuxedo, looking good. About to be like, yeah, we're the shit. We were 1 shot away from the finals and we're coming back for fucking revenge. And look at us on South Beach. And you know what we did? We showed up at the club and shot all over ourselves. Like, we walked in, as soon as we walked into the club, wearing our white fucking suit and all this kind of shit, and we let a fucking fart rip, and that fart turned into fucking a flood of shit. Like, because you were holding this fart in because you're, like, with the chick, right? And you're hit the chick, and you're like, oh, man, I don't want to fucking, like, lay a fart in the fucking car because she's smelling it. So I gotta hold it. But you're holding it, and it's just building. And as soon as you walk in the club, you're like, okay, well, I'm in a place where it's kind of dark, it's loud, you won't hear it. And if she does smell it, it could be somebody else, whatever. It's not going to be me. And you go and you let it rip, and you shit yourself. Like, you completely just fucking bucket. That is the Miami Heat this season. What do you want me to say? It's not true? It's true! I don't know. Things don't look good. Things don't look good. I mean, if the only we gotta, I'm just hanging on right now at this point to hoping that Spo's plan works out of just keeping guys not really caring about the fucking record, and I'm trying to think like him, and I'm trying to do that, but it's just really difficult because all we've been taught is like the record. The record is what matters. The record is who you are. You are what your record is, you know, and I'm trying to hold on. I'm trying not to pay attention to that. I'm trying to focus on Spo and his like, don't worry about the record. Just keep your head down, keep going, and then we're gonna lift up our head at the end of the season. We're gonna see where we're at, and then we're gonna fucking start. The whole goal of this season is just to make it to the end healthy, just to make sure that when we start game 1 in the playoffs, everybody is playing and everyone is healthy. You know, like that's the fucking goal. And it's so fucking hard, bro. I admit to you, it is so goddamn fucking hard, bro, because we're so beholden to records, man, in all sports. Records are what matter. So to hear the coach say, don't fucking worry about the record, who gives a shit about that, bro? Let's just keep your fucking head down and just play the fucking tonight. Play the next game. Worry about that. We're not going to worry about that shit until the end of the season, dude. And that's just crazy. I've never heard that before, so I'm just like, it's hard for me. But I'm hoping he's right. I'm hoping that like when we lift our heads up at the end of the season, we're in the playoffs. And we got an okay seeding. We're like in the middle of the pack, where we're at right now. It's not bad. Fine, sure, we can play right now in the playoffs and have a good run. But we got to show up, and our guys got to be healthy. And at the same time, Lowry can't be starting. Okay, here we're gonna go. We're gonna go here. We're gonna go. Okay, we're gonna go here. I have been telling you all season long, and I'm pretty sure I was mentioning it last season. Gabe Vincent should be starting. Kyle Lowry should be coming off the bench. Okay? Butler nearly punched Spo in the face because Spo kept starting Duncan Robinson instead of Max Strus. And we kept losing, and Butler got pissed off. Said some shit to fucking Spo. Stupid fucking, fucking UD starts to be, don't talk to my Spo that way. Without actually listening and understanding what the fuck is going on. And then what happened? What happened after that? What happened after all of you were like, oh, we got to trade, Jimmy's cancer? What happened after all the media was like, oh, you see Jimmy finally fucking blowing up and trying to fuck up the team and blah. What happened? Spo benched Duncan Robinson. He started Strus. And we made it all the way to the fucking conference finals. That's when the whole fucking thing turned around. At that time when we fucking had that argument, bro, we were going down. The season was tanking. And at that point, what ended up happening? We ended up with the number 1 seed. We were the number 1 fucking team in the league last year, bro. And look at us this year. This is a fucking disgrace. We are the biggest disappointment in the NBA this year. The biggest disappointment in the NBA this year is the Miami Heat. Period. There's nobody else who's a bigger disappointment in the fucking league. In the league. How do we not understand this, man? Like, this is like fucked up what's happening right now with this team. I guarantee you, man, you keep starting fucking Lowry, bro, and Butler's gonna fucking fight Spo again. Watch. Watch, bro. Watch. It's going to happen again. It's gonna happen again. They're gonna call, they're gonna fucking yell at Spo, and he's gonna be in front of everybody, national television, all this gonna shit. It's gonna be an embarrassment, and it's gonna be because he keeps starting Lowry instead of starting Gabe Vincent. And then you know what's gonna happen? Oh, and then boom, Spo's gonna start Gabe Vincent, and then we're gonna fucking start doing good again. And they're gonna claim, oh, it's just Miami Heat. That's how it is on the Miami Heat. Get the fuck out of here, bro. What is wrong with Spo, man, making these bad fucking decisions? Bro, he has not been really good with the lineups, man, the last couple years, bro. Even last year when we went on to the end, it literally took him getting nearly punched in the face by Jimmy Butler for him to fucking change, man. Even this season, bro, like, he didn't fucking grasp onto the fact that, like, bro, we understand that you benched fucking Duncan Robinson. But this season, we still need him. So you still got to put him out there. You got to force that. You got to force feed his ass, man. Like fucking like Frogwa or whatever the fuck it is with the fucking goose shit. You got to force feed Duncan Robinson and make him fucking just shake him like a fucking fire. Stay out of the goddamn fucking room. Take the fucking three. No, don't do that. Unless it's Duncan Robinson. What do you want from me? That's what I see. That's what I see. This team lacks three-point shooting. Consistent three-point shooting. Can't rely Hero to fucking be the only three-point shooter this year. You gotta have... Bro, you had a great setup with this team with Duncan Robinson and fucking Max Strus, bro. We had to play them more together. Force that issue, make a scheme or something. It didn't seem like we were making schemes where they were just barraging people, you know. And and I know it can't happen if they're not making shots. And let me tell you, Max is such a weird player because he misses so many shots, and then at the end of the game, you see he still has 20 fucking points, bro. And you really wonder, what if Max hits these shots that he's missing? If Max Strus hits all these shots that he's missed so far in the season, if he hits them, bro, he is one of the best players in the league. He's got to be one of the top scorers. He would have to ultimately be bro, holy shit, they would be talking about him all day long. They'd be talking about him more than fucking anybody else in this team. So it's I don't know what to do with Max Strus, bro, because he goes out there and he works, bro. It's just that. He tries to sometimes do plays that, yeah, Max, you're not fucking Michael Jordan, bro. But it's a good effort. And then you're like, okay, he's missed all the fucking threes of every game, but then he hits one in an important time. Kind of like Hero does, but not as consistent, because Hero, the only reason Hero is bad and has a bad game and off game is two reasons. Number one, he's been injured and he's just coming his way back, or number two, the night before he went out. That's how you know Hero has bad games. The night before he went out, he stayed out partying, fucking his woman, all this kind of shit. Or, now he has 2 kids, so his boss probably keeping him up as well. Or he's coming off of injury. That's when Hero's bad, okay. Outside of that, Hero's always good. Hero will always give you 20 fucking points, for sure. I don't know, man. Even I can't say shit about Bam. Bam's doing great. I'm not gonna say shit about Bam because Bam's doing enough. Everyone else is fine. Everyone else is whatever. Everyone else is doing their job. But it's just, I think the whole starting Lowry thing it's obvious that we can't start Lowry. You gotta start Gabe Vincent. You gotta start Gabe Vincent and have Lowry coming off the bench, because Lowry is great. There's still a lot Lowry can give, man. But Lowry, if you start his ass at the end of games, he gets sloppy because he's tired. He's tired. I don't give a shit if he tells me, no, I'm not tired. Bullshit, you're tired, bro. You're fucking gassed at the end of the games, bro. You're gassed. You're gassed at the end of the game. You're not hitting shots. You're not fucking doing anything. You completely disappear in the fourth quarter. In the fourth quarter, every fucking game, where is Kyle Lowry? He is non-existent, bro. Non-existent. So, at that point, to me, it's he's just gassed, man. So if he's gassed, start Gabe Vincent, bring Lowry off the bench so that by the fourth quarter, Lowry isn't gassed. Try it, for Christ's sake. What's the big deal with trying it? Like, I hate how media and I hate how teams have made starting such a big fucking deal. Like, oh, I'm a starter. I'm better than you because I'm a starter. Like, get the hell out of here. There's no starters anymore, bro. That doesn't exist anymore. And it's just crazy because Spo is literally the guy that fucking made that happen. Spo and the Miami Heat are the reason why there are no starters anymore, bro. Like, there's no real, like, if you really think, there's no starters. There's really no, like, the only starters are whoever's playing in the All-Star game. Those are, like, the only starters in the league. Like, really. But the people that's, like, I mean, come on. Everyone's pretty much at the same level outside of those All-Star people. So when you say to me, like, oh, you're a starter, you're just starting first. It's not like you're better than the guy coming off the bench. Like, and I know that, like, coming off the bench indicates that you're not as good as the starter. And in many cases, that is the case. But I feel like we have made a big shift in the NBA to that the idea that there is more positionless basketball. Okay, like Spo invented and perfected. No, I'm not gonna say invented because I'm not really sure if he invented. But in my time watching the Heat in the last 40 years, okay, especially the last 20, ever since ever since Wade and ever since then the transition to the Big Three and then Big Three to now, okay, like there is more of an emphasis on positionless basketball. There is still many teams that have the traditional basketball. Even we are still have a traditional foundation where we have a center, we have this, we have the tradition. But ultimately, all our guys are capable of playing every position, so that when we need to, we can. And I think that's like that's what's happening in the NBA. There's more positionless basketball. The future of NBA is everyone is gonna be over 7 feet fucking tall, built like LeBron James, and can shoot like Steph Curry. And then and defend like Butler. I mean, if you watch UFC as violent as it is, and it's like sometimes, it is a great example of human evolution in sport. It's probably the greatest example. Like, football to me is the greatest sport. The greatest sport, like, athletically, and the greatest sport mentally, strategically, is football. Like, the next fucking thing outside of football that I think is the most fucking strategic, like, thing is war. It's fucking war. It's actual fucking war. Because war in itself is like, if you play enough Call of Duty, you know that war in itself is just a violent sport among men with huge fucking egos and stupidity and just dumbness. Because, you don't have to kill each other ultimately. You can always fucking negotiate. Like, that's the fucking thing with makes kind of war so stupid. Is that, like, you don't have to fucking kill everybody. You don't. You can come at a table and be like, this is what I want, and just figure some shit out. But ultimately, war is always because, like, motherfuckers want to kill each other. Whether it's because you did something wrong to me, or just because I don't like you. And it's so stupid. But, I mean, that's like the ultimate fucking strategic game. Right? I think we can all agree that. Football is like that level where you're not actually trying to kill somebody, but you're trying to kill somebody. Like, they're out there trying to hurt each other, but they're not out there trying to kill someone, even though they have to mentally believe that I have to fucking run this guy over and totally fucking kill him in order to fucking score. So it's got that kind of light version of it, soft core version of war. So that's why, like, to me, football is like the ultimate fucking sport. The ultimate fucking sport, like, strategically and physically. But combat fighting is like, that is going to be the beginning. That's the first sport. The first sport was combat fighting. Was like dudes sitting around a fire watching other dudes punch the shit out of each other, And then betting two bones that, like, that guy's gonna win. That's the first sport, you know. So with that, you could see the evolution of the human, like both athletically and mentally, strategically. You could see how in the beginning it was like no weight class and just fucking kill each other. And we were like, no, you can't really do that. You gotta like make it precise a little bit better, and we put a little bit more rules and all this kind of stuff. And so now it's become this like the fighter has become this all around fighter. Like there was a period in the beginning of UFC, Royce Gracie dominated so much because, to be honest with you, no one had ever seen Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu. Like, I'm sure, like, there's people out there that knew what Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu was. Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu existed for a while. You know, it's not like it didn't exist, you know? I'm pretty sure Bruce Lee trained in Jiu-Jitsu. You know, like, he's tried a little bit of that. It's like grappling, you know, that's always existed. He has, you know, if you go look at it, go read his books and all this shit. And Bruce Lee, you know, he does Jeet Kune Do is a mixture of all different styles. So in Jeet Kune Do there is fucking grappling, you know, and it teaches you how to fucking, because you gotta learn that shit. Because Jeet Kune Do is the closest to fucking mixed martial arts that there is. If anything, mixed martial arts is really everybody just doing Jeet Kune Do. Because Jeet Kune Do is like, you know, all forms of art brought together. That's the foundation of Jeet Kune Do. So it's like, to me, everybody's really just practicing Bruce Lee. You know, that's why Bruce Lee is such a fucking monumental fucking thing. It's not only because he was an Asian actor or anything like that, or he was just a really good martial artist, bro. No, bro, he invented a fucking the modern martial art. Before Bruce Lee, there was just gung fu, there was just kung fu, there was just like these styles. No one had ever taken something from fencing, something from boxing, something from wrestling, something from this, and then combined it with what you know with fucking gung fu, and then turned it into something. No one had ever done that. So when you look at combat sports in the beginning, and when UFC started, like everybody came in, you know, those are motherfuckers that showed up with a goddamn boxing glove to fight fucking Royce Gracie. The fuck? How do you think that happened? How do you think that ended? Do you think that guy won? I want to hear you say, I bet you that guy beat Royce Gracie showing up to a fucking mixed martial arts match with a fucking punching glove on one hand. Royce Gracie didn't even throw a punch. Royce Gracie didn't even break a sweat. Royce Gracie didn't even fucking like hurt the guy. It was so funny. If you go and you watch that video, you will be fucking amazed at how Royce Gracie just literally wins the match just laying on the guy. He just lays on the guy, and the guy can't fucking get up. He just cannot get up, and he gets so frustrated that it's almost like he starts hyperventilating, and he starts like freaking out because, oh shit, I can't get up. And Royce Gracie just sits on him and just lays on him and just keeps him down and is like, and is riding him the whole way until he fucking gives up. He didn't throw a punch, he didn't throw a kick, he didn't do nothing, he didn't hurt the guy at all. He just laid on him. And right there and then, everyone was like, oh, shit. That's different. I've never seen that before. You forget how, like, at that time, no one had ever seen martial arts like that. People had always assumed martial arts was, you know, punching and kicking, doing spinning fucking kicks and fucking, you know, flip kicks and shit and fucking, you know, like how it is in the movies. No one had ever fucking seen, like, grappling. Because it wasn't wrestling. People had seen wrestling before. But by that time, people's idea of wrestling was more like WWF than fucking Roman Greco. So when they see this guy grappling, everybody freaks out and starts calling him a cheater. Like in the beginning, nobody liked Royce Gracie because they said that he was that they were cheating because they wouldn't fight. They would just like grapple the guy. And then they started fucking putting him in the fucking actual holds and the shit and the arm locks and the leg locks and all that and hurting motherfuckers. Okay? When they started accusing fucking the Gracies of like fucking being cheap and not cheating and shit, and that's when they started hurting people with the fucking locks. And then you know what happened? Every motherfucker that got into mixed martial arts had to learn jujitsu. Everybody. You cannot step into the octagon. You cannot step into the ring if you don't have, and I'm not even going to go there anymore. Like, you can't step into that octagon if you have a little bit of knowledge of jiu-jitsu. There's no way. Do not step into an octagon if you only have a little bit. Like, you have to be a fucking expert, or on your way to become an expert in jiu-jitsu to be able to step into the octagon in 2023. For sure. For sure. If you have zero knowledge of grappling and you step into that octagon, you're not lasting 2 minutes. You're not lasting a minute. You're not lasting 30 seconds, bro. I don't give a shit if you're the greatest striker in the world, bro. You're done. You're done, because in the preliminaries and in the meetings and all this kind of shit, it's going to come out that you don't know how to grapple. And so all that motherfucker's going to do from the very beginning is just try and get you on the ground. And that's it. And once he gets you on the ground, you're done. There has been plenty of fighters that have been very successful as strikers that don't have a strong jiu-jitsu background. But they still had a strong jiu-jitsu background in the sense that they're able to get in the goddamn ring. It's not like, they're fighting some fucking dude off the street or some asshole at a bar. It's like, bro, no, these guys are like professional fighters, bro. So their knowledge of that is just, it's more than the average person. It's just not as much as someone who's literally, their dominant fucking form is Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu. So you have this guy come in there and do this shit. Everyone's like, what the fuck? And they're dominating. They're dominating. Brazilians are dominating. So at that point, everyone has to learn that shit. So what happens? The playing levels out. The playing levels out because everybody now, we get to a point where everybody knows Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu. So you can't fucking go to the ground with pretty much everybody there was a period like this was like early. I just started in the apartment before, so you're talking about 2006, 2007, around that time, 2005-ish, where Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu started to plateau and it started to kind of level out, and everybody that came into that ring had some inkling of Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu. I know I have somewhere a Best of UFC DVD somewhere where there is a fight that is like the greatest fight. Because, like, these guys fight, there's, like, fucking striking, there's so much grappling, and one guy gets him in a hold, and he's able to counter that, and the other guy, and he gets the guy in the hold, and that guy's able to counter it, and it's, like, one of the greatest fucking fights, and I have to dig it up, because it's one of the greatest fucking fights ever. And, to me, that was when the moment when I realized, oh, wow, it's leveled out, and everybody knows jiu-jitsu. So what ends up happening? Nobody goes to the ground anymore. And all of a sudden, striking comes back. Because you can't go to the ground, because everybody's fucking good. So now what you have to do is stay on top. So since you're not going to the ground, you're standing. So now you're standing, and striking comes back. So you're having knockouts, you're having this, you're having crazy. That was a time where, like, bro, there was some nasty, nasty fucking knockouts. Like, people looked like they died. Because not only were you not fighting, like, average fucking asshole trying to get in the ring and prove he's a fucking badass, you're fighting professional fighters. You're fighting professional fighters who are professionally trained at jiu-jitsu, who already were trained at striking, but now they have to be even more better at striking. So this was like when Pride was fucking really big. This was right before Pride, when like Takano Rigomi was fucking killing Pride. Like this is when Anderson started really coming into play. This was when, Vito Belfort made his debut, like he had the greatest debut of any fucking fighter of all time. So like everybody starts doing this. So that's ultimately kind of going back to the NBA, how like what's kind of happening is like it's all gonna plateau. It's all plateauing. You're getting to a point where this is the year, this is the season where the 3-point shot, if you don't have that, you're done. If you don't have Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu in the end, you're done. So we're at that point in the NBA where every team has a 3-point shooter. Every team is capable of the 3-point shot. Every player is just about capable of hitting the 3. We're already there. We're also already getting to a point where like younger people, you've seen the videos of the young kids now. Like everyone's acting like fucking Steph Curry now, shooting fucking half court shots and all. You saw that video of the two fucking kids going back and forth shooting fucking full court shots and shit. You saw that shit. So it's like that generation's gonna grow up, and LeBron James is on his way out. So he's already implanted his seed into like every generation of fucking who plays basketball right now. The young kids, like the 5-year-olds, 6-year, 7, under 10. Those are the ones that are focused on Steph Curry. There's some that are still focused on LeBron James just because he's put out there so much. But for the most part, LeBron James is on his way out. And LeBron James is part of my generation. And, you know, if I had kids, I guess my kids' generations have had kids. So it's like, you know, people in their 20s, people in their 30s. Teens and stuff, those teenagers right now, people in their teens, early 20s, Steph Curry is their guy. People in their 30s, 40s, LeBron James is their guy. Late 20s, LeBron James a little bit. So he's already in the DNA of the next generation of basketball stars. You're already seeing a height difference where like most guys are almost 7 feet tall. Like a 7-footer, I remember growing up, was like super rare. That was like, oh my God. Shaq was like, oh my God, an anomaly. But Shaq isn't an anomaly anymore, bro. He's not. An average team has like 4 or 5 guys that are his size. So it's how Shaq implanted his DNA. LeBron James is a product of Shaq. LeBron James is a product of Shaq. LeBron James is like, you know, Shaq and Michael Jordan having a baby together. That's LeBron James. So, I mean, the next generation is going to have all these guys. They're going to have the imprint of Michael Jordan, the imprint of Larry Bird, the imprint of fucking Allen Iverson, the imprint of Kobe Bryant, the imprint of fucking Shaquille O'Neal, the imprint of fucking LeBron James, the imprint of Dwayne Wade, the imprint of Steph Curry, the imprint of fucking everybody on the Spurs. Like, the next generation is just going to be insane. You know? You're going to have people at some point in my lifetime taking full court shots. Like jumpers. Full court jumpers. And nailing them. In my lifetime, at some point in the next 40 years, you will see people taking full court jumpers. Not half court jumpers, which right now that's the shit. People taking half court shots, they're not like chucking it or like underhanding it or like throwing it. They're like, whoop, and it goes in. In my lifetime, in the next 40 years, you're going to see somebody doing that shit from full court on the regular. Like, that's going to be a play. It's already a play for Steph Curry to just take it half court. It's going to be a play to, like, set play, put it in the ball, and shoot it from full court, and bam, making it. Like, it's going to be like that. It's going to turn into, like, circus shit. You know? Like crazy fucking Harlem Globetrotter shit. That's called evolution. Look it up. It'll change your life. I don't know. I'm just trying to kill time, bro. You know, honestly, till the game at 3, bro, because I don't know. But I guess this is good enough. We'll stop here. There's enough ranting for the day. Because if I'm gonna have to fucking do this shit again and be back here after the game because I gotta stop this whole like, okay, I did it. I'll do it 2 days later. I know it's just the game was so stupid and bad. I was so pissed off. I didn't really feel like fucking doing it. It was already late night, so I was like, I'm not gonna bother. I don't give a shit. Fuck them. That's basically what happened. So we don't want that. So what we're gonna do is hold it here. This was a long one. I hate going almost an hour with this shit, you know. But I don't notice. I really don't notice. I completely fucking forget, and I just keep going. So we'll be back here after the game, for sure, guaranteed. I promise you. If not, like right after, or a little bit after, or definitely after the Bengals game. Because I'm sure the Heat game is going to finish before the NFL game finishes. So yeah, so we'll see you then later on tonight after the Pelicans game, and I don't know, man. Hopefully they win this one, but I don't have a lot of confidence, bro. For some reason, I feel like they're gonna lose this one. I just have that feeling. I'm sorry. I'm sorry to shit on it. I'm sorry if you're gonna say I jinx it or whatever the fuck. I don't care. You know what? Fuck you. You know who jinxes it? Fucking stupid Oladipo. Fucking not fucking getting the ball into fucking Tyler Hero. And that jinxes it more than I do. So yeah. So what time is the game? Oh, it's at 3:30. So probably like 6. Yeah, I don't know. I'll be back, bro. Fuck it. You know what? I'm talking all this shit. And you know what I'm gonna do? As soon as I'm done with you, I'm gonna bring up Fruity Loops and I'm gonna start fucking jamming on some tracks because I was like trying to work on some tracks yesterday, and I'm probably gonna start streaming again. So I don't know what's wrong with me. I don't know why I'm even bothering with this shit. Why am I even complaining? Why am I here? Why am I talking to you? You know what? Go fuck yourself. Okay? There we go. I'm gonna go. Bye. With that said, hey cultura, he cultura, he cultura. However you say it, that's how you say it. I don't make the rules. I just make the rules. I am Studio Mogura, Studio Mogura. Hit me up PayPal, hit me at the Cash App, $ Studio Mogura. All donations go toward the making of my independent film. Include your name in the memo, and I will include your name in the IMDb listing, as well as the end credits of the film, and you will get producer credit for the picture. Check out my book, Full Moon Nights, available on Amazon and on Barnes & Noble online. It's basically a chronicle of the Miami rave scene in the early 2000s. A lot of crazy shit, mature audiences only. Also check out my comic shop, octotaku.com. Check out my TeePublic, Studio Mogura. Just search for it on TeePublic. That's what I say. You go to teepublic.com and you search Studio Mogura, and it's gonna give you my fucking shit. And check out my fucking Spotify. Check out the playlist and listen to it all day and enjoy it. Okay. That's why I'm gonna shut off now because I'm gonna work on new tracks. Because you know what? I've got like a fucking whole album sitting in a folder. And I'm like, man, I gotta get this shit out, bro. So like the other day, I'm using the fucking Elgato to record the vocals because my other fucking mic is in the fucking office, and to get it, it's just a pain in the ass, and I don't want to deal with that shit. And you know what? The Elgato's mic is just as good as because it's a USB condenser mic, so this is the same thing. I think this gives me better quality, so I'm gonna use this. I'm like, what the fuck's the difference? So that's what we're trying to do. So this next fucking couple tracks you're gonna hear, I recorded the vocals with the Elgato. So let's see how that goes. If it sounds like shit, then you know what? I guess I have to go back and get the other fucking thing. But right now, I think it sounds pretty good, and I haven't even processed anything. So we'll see. Sorry, I keep on going like this because this little part is super dry. It's like dry and it's just fucking annoying me. I use some facial cream, and you know what? I just realized, you know why it's dry? Because I didn't put any lotion on, bro. Like, I go in there with the hot water, and Neutrogena, and so, and then I come out, and then I completely forget to put on the fucking, the fucking moisturizer shit, and now I'm like, all of this is super dry, and it's just like, so sorry about that. But yeah, okay, so we'll see you tonight. Go fuck yourself. Don't freak out. Just freak out.